Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Ariel135 Baby Webcam Sports. Check it out. All right, let's go on to the NHL, baby, where the Pittsburgh Penguins have taken a dominant 3-0 lead against the Hurricanes. Yeah, series over, folks. Series over. No way they're going to come back and win four in a row. I'm sorry. I live in the really real world, and it's just not going to happen. So we look for the Stanley Cup Finals to be Pittsburgh against Detroit, probably over my Blackhawks. All right, Game 3 of the Blackhawks, overtime, baby. Yes, that was a big blow when Marty Havlat went down with that hit from Cromwell. Man, that was some scary moments here in Chicago. That kind of deflated the Blackhawks. I mean, it was like they were on a roll. They were in there doing their thing, attacking, defending real well, and then you get that hit, boom, and it's like it just took all the momentum and all the air out of everybody at the UC. I was like, oh my god! It's kind of like the after that, it's like the Hawks were on their heels for the rest of the game. I felt like yeah, they lost an edge. Cromwell got thrown out, so they couldn't retaliate and get revenge, against a particular guy, and I don't know, maybe they were a little intimidated. I don't know. I don't know how to describe that. It was kind of like they lost their swagger after that moment, after Havlat went down. They were able to pull it out in overtime, but I think the win was a must win for us. I'm glad that we got the win. Nice, but I think this bodes into the confidence for the Detroit Red Wings. Why? Because they can actually build off that and know that they can beat up these kids, per se, and intimidate them a little bit, bully them around, and maybe pull out victory just by bullying them, which is kind of what they're famous for anyway. So I look for Game 4 here in Chicago to be a real physical game, and hopefully the Blackhawks respond, and they respond well, and they use what they've been using all year. Use your speed and go around these big thugs. Don't worry about them hits. If you're faster than them, they can't catch you. I think that's the key in this series. Run and gun, have fun, boys. Do your thing. These old men can't stay up with you. But if you're gonna let them hit you and intimidate you, you guys are in for a long, long afternoon. I hope my Hawks have fun and gun and we win out Game 2. I think Detroit's gonna come out very physical. It's gonna be a fun series to watch. All right, turning our attention over to the NBA. The other night, LeBron James. Let's go to that series first. Cleveland Cavaliers and the Orlando Magic. With seconds left, my man Hideo Turkoglu comes down. He dribbles, he spins, he shoots, he scores! In your face, Cleveland. Arena, silence. 1 second left though. And you would think that in the timeout, in the huddle, Orlando's coach would be like, whatever you do, don't let LeBron get the ball. Double LeBron. If we're going to get beat, let somebody else beat us. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's shoot. Yeah. And what happens? 1 second left. They inbound the ball to who's practically open on single man coverage with room. LeBron James. And what does he do? He hits a three-pointer in Cleveland to take Game 2. Unbelievable. Wow. I mean, if that's not deflating to Orlando, who had a hard time to come back in that game to just lose it in the end anyway, I don't know what is. I look for Game 3 between these two teams to be exciting. I look for Orlando to be the aggressor in this game over in Orlando. I look for them to try and not concede the lead. So look for this one to go Orlando's way early, and we'll see if they can hold on and win Game 3. I think Orlando's going to take Game 3, but it's going to be interesting to see how they respond and how the coach does after all the criticism of not guarding LeBron well on this last play. Now we're going to talk about Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant, and the Denver Nuggets. What a great series, man. What a great series. Here, last night, the Black Mamba, tired, exhausted, beat, pulls out a 40-plus game in Denver to seal Game 3. Wow. I mean, man, Denver was throwing everything at him. Melo had it going on early and often, but in the second half, it's like I don't know if he lost his step or they just locked down on him. but he wasn't the same guy after the half. He fouled out. Kenyon Martin fouled out. I mean, if you want to have a chance in this series, if you want to have a chance in this series, you gotta stay in the game. So this is gonna be interesting to see how Denver reacts to this, because this is a team that thought they could win, especially this game in their home court. You know, had the edge, won so many games in a row. I think it was like 15 games in a row at home, and to lose, it's just got to be. You know, this is gonna be a true test for these guys. You know, I know that Chauncey Billups has no problem with it, but these other guys around them, you know, this is gonna be interesting to see how they react to this loss at home. Uh, yeah, for Kenyon Martin and Melo, you know, Melo's got to keep his cool. Kenyon Martin, you got to stay in the game, man, if you want to help your team win. You know, you stole home court advantage and you gave it back. So yeah, this series is gonna be intense, real physical series as well. I don't see as much physicality in the Eastern Conference. I don't see animosity as much in this series. I see a little more physical play. Left for Game 4 to have some twists and turns in it. Eh? Yeah, picking Game 4, I'm going with Denver. I think they're gonna come back and try and win the next game convincingly over the Lakers. That's what I say. I'm going to turn my attention real quick to baseball. There must be something in the air in Chicago. It's called My Offense Sucks. Yeah, it must be contagious because evidently the Cubs caught what the White Sox had last week. Yeah, my offense sucks. The White Sox, what do? You know, they lose 20-1 in the face of Jake Peavy snubbing them, saying, no, thank you. I want to stay in the National League. I prefer the Cubs over you guys. And what do? They go out and they lose 20-1, the most embarrassing loss in franchise history, at home. And then they pass the bug to the Cubs. My offense sucks. The Cubs, I think, scratched like 3 runs in 3 games against the San Diego Padres. I mean, come on. Come on. And what do the Sox do in the meantime? They have fun at the cell and shut out the Pittsburgh Pirates 2 games in a row. This is funny. This is funny to me. So how do they react to the Jake Peavy deal? They go out there, their pitchers respond, and they throw 2 shutout games. I mean, that's what a good pitching staff does. Now, does that mean they're gonna go on and win the World Series? No, but at least that shows they have the heart to go out there and try and prove a point to the fans of Chicago and to the manager, the GM Ken Williams and Ozzie Guillen. Now, as far as the Cubs are concerned, here's my problem. Okay, Raul Ibanez hit a 17th home run for the Philadelphia Phillies yesterday. 17. I mean, the Cubs passed up on this guy. What, because of his age? Milton Bradley, I think, yeah, big mistake. Cubs fans, I'm sorry. He was on the DL. He was on the DL last year, the year before. I mean, why do you sign this guy to all this money if you know he's gonna be problems? One, you know he's probably gonna end up on the DL. Two, and yeah, he had a good year, but playing how many games? 120, 140? I mean, come on. We need an everyday player out there that's going to give us the most, that only needs days off here and there, not more often than he's not on the field, you know? I never understood the pickup of Milton Bradley. I tried to justify it, but you know, now that the season's going on and we're already almost in June, you know, he was hot in spring training, just to suck during the season. I'm like, I don't know. I think Raul Ibanez was the guy to go after. I think I would have even gone after Bobby Abreu before I would have gone after Milton Bradley. But it is what it is. Look for the Cubs to try and wheel and deal. Probably get more pitching, even though I think they're pretty good on pitching. They haven't been giving up that many runs in these losses. But that's just the way the organization goes, I suppose. Plus, we got a lot of guys banged up and injured. Hopefully, they can make the difference when they come off the DL. And as far as the Sox are concerned, yeah, GM Ken Williams, he's known to make big trades, and that the Jake Peavy deal was something he was trying to pull out. You know, try to pull the wool from your eyes. So look for him to be real busy coming up during the trade talks, and yeah, should be fun. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Enjoy the show, and I'm gonna enjoy the sports today. Talk to you guys tonight. Ariel out.